Good afternoon, everyone. This side Mansi Singh. Today I'm going to present a workshop for my resume. So my resume has a collaboration with around 400 colleges. It came in existence in 2016, and it's been 5 years. It has been growing day by day. Make My resume has its corporate offices in Delhi, Noida, and Faridabad. And here we have arranged a workshop for you. Our founder and director is Mrs. Indu Kataria. She has been an MBA from IIM Bangalore and possesses 10 years of experience, and our chief officer is Anil Kumar. So, is this screen visible to everybody?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, and my voice is audible now?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, first of all, a resume is not a CV. A CV is used in academic and research oriented job searches, whereas a resume is used in business, non-profit, government, and other types of job services searches. A CV is of flexible length. A resume should be max to max of 2 pages. A CV is a record of your academic accomplishments and credentials. A resume is not all embracing. It should be targeted to a particular job in a particular field. What all elements do we have in a resume? First of all, let's have a look on the objective. A targeted statement that clearly states the type of job you are seeking. Good objectives are very specific. Suppose to work with the design and development of new computer systems with a special interest in microprocessor application, position in public opinion polling, or consumer product market research using skills in survey design and statistical analysis. Objectives are optional. Now you need to summarize your qualifications and skills in your profile. A summary of relevant skills, knowledge, and accomplishments. Be specific, tailor this section to the job to which you are applying. If it is well written, this section can really help a potential employee to focus on your strengths. Think carefully about what you have to offer. Now, talking about the education. Include degrees, expected date of completion if you have not finished, relevant coursework, and honors and awards placed under the appropriate degree. You might also consider placing your experience section first. In experience, think in terms of experience, not employment or work history. Be sure to include internships and unpaid positions if they are relevant. Be concise in your descriptions of what you did. Do not use responsibilities included or duties were. Translate specialized skills and interest into everyday language. Now, some additional and optional categories could be professional memberships slash leaders, community activities, skills that can be related to computer or any other skills, publications, presentations much briefer than on a CV, additional info. What are the resume's do's and don'ts? So, do think of your resume as an ad for your qualifications, not an autobiography. Do begin each bullet point with a verb. Do include paid and unpaid experience to demonstrate the range of what you have done. Do show the reader why you are a good match for a particular job. Do make several resumes with each one targeting a particular field. Do look at other resumes to see how they are written. Do use reverse chronology. The most recent position is your first entry. To organize your education and experience, do format your resume clearly. Do proofread many times. Do ask others to look at your resume. Do come to career services for a critique. Do remember most employers will only look at your resume for 15 to 30 seconds. Now, what are resume don'ts? Don't make your reader dig for information. Don't tell everything you have ever done. Don't use complete sentences. Don't include personal information such as age, race, marital, or health status. Don't make your resume too dense, busy, or cute. Don't use fonts smaller than 10 point. Don't use fancy fonts that are hard to read. Now, where to start for graduation students? Think of the tangible skills you have gained at Penn. For example, have you taught? If so, you have gained valuable presentation and management skills. Thought not necessary, it helps to have fields in mind. What skills have you acquired at Penn that might be of use to you in a given field? Carefully consider your extracurricular activities. Come to career services for help with the resume writing. Now find a resume format that works for you. The library at Penn's Career Service has an entire section on resumes. A wealth of sample resume can be found on the web. Two books that have helpful advice on transitioning to post-academic careers. So what are you going to do with that? A guide to career changing for MAs and PhDs by Susan Basala and Maggie Debelius, and Outside the Ivory Tower, a guide for academics considering alternative careers by Margaret Newhouse, PhD. Transform your academic career into credible professional experience. List your time at Penn in the experience rather than your education section. Did you teach? Put it here. Did you do research? Put it here. Did you serve on committees or in student organizations? Put it here. This is this makes your time at Penn look like work experience rather than schooling. Your education section should be concise. Now, what are knowledge, skills, accomplishments should be added on? The same task can be described in very different ways. Knowledge, researched and wrote dissertation describing the impact of non-governmental organization on the development of democracy in Kenya, developed expertise in Kenyan history and political development, fluent in Kiswahili, skills, researched and wrote dissertation, identified research problems, and designed criteria to evaluate possible explanations, developed timeline, cultivated contacts in Kenya, and conducted necessary research. Wrote dissertation while fulfilling teaching duties. Accomplishments, researched and wrote dissertation, secured funding from national organization in competition with hundreds of other graduate students, developed timeline for research and writing, and produced a 250-page dissertation 1 month ahead of schedule. Published 2 articles in respected journals based on this research. Use teaching to your advantage. Instead of teaching assistant, University of Pennsylvania taught Introduction to American History. Tasks included leading discussion, teaching historical analysis, and evaluating student work. Delivered lecture on colonial family life. Taught Greek wars of the 20th century. Tasks included preparing teaching materials, leading discussion, teaching writing and analytical skills, creating class web page, and evaluating student work. Use teaching to your advantage. Try teaching assistant University of Pennsylvania, taught history twice a week to two classes of 25 students each, developed and delivered presentations on a variety of topics for audiences ranging from 25 to 150 people, built website that contained links related to course material and students' needs, including help on how to research and write papers, shared group discussions that aired ideas and research reached consensus, supervised 50 students working on research papers, counseled students on their academic progress. So, this was all about how CV and resume are totally different things. Now, let me tell you some more about it. Now, what all you need to do is change your resume for each job application. Tie every piece of information you give them to something they need. Looking for leadership, give them leadership experience. Resumes do the following: save the HR person time, serve as a record in your profile, get you an interview done. Most resumes contain personal contact information, objective, education, experience, awards, activities, computer skills, references, sentence or phrase. Writing tips. Give yourself time to write a resume. Think like a human resource professional. Make your information easy to read. Avoid long paragraphs. Choose an appropriate font and size. Give your contact information early. Now you need to impress them. Take the time to find out this information. Name with proper spelling, title, procedure, needs, something about the company. Show and don't tell. Never just tell the employer that what you are like. Show them with examples and let them describe you. Example 1: I am a hardworking person with great organizational skills. I was elected the chair of my sorority's budget committee. I was responsibility for the accounts of 24 members and an early house budget of $32, $000. Example 2: I am a responsible student. In my 2 semesters at AU, I have taken 31 credits and maintained my 3.7 GPA. You may have noticed that the previous examples use numbers. Numbers jump out on a page of text. Use them to your advantage. Number preceded by a dollar sign are even more effective. Use action verbs such as designed, supervised, created, staffed, tested, studied, earned, saved, gained, programmed, sold, or used. Ahem, search and destroy all, was responsible for phrase. These usually hide active impressive verbs. Example: was responsible for the supervision of 12 video clerks. Better: supervised 12 video clerks. Use parallelism. Parallelism is a writing technique that places equal important parts in equal grammatical forms. You want to use parallelism in lists, especially lists that begin with bullets. A very common mistake in parallelism. Today's presentation will take the following format: examine the current dress code, reasons for a change in the dress code, new dress code explanation, summary. Some examples with parallelism. In today's presentation, we will examine the current dress code, give reasons for a change in the dress code, explain the new dress code, summarize the main points. Where should I look for parallelism? Mistakes in resume. Look carefully at the first word in each entry, especially under job experience. Generally, you will want to start each entry with an action verb. Make sure they are parallel. Use visual hierarchy. Visual hierarchy, organizing output visually using format. You can use any visual hierarchy you choose, but be sure to use it as it to ensure other understand. Examples of visual hierarchy: in the following examples, which information is more important? Renaissance Polytechnic Institute, Troy, New York. Bachelor of Science, Material Science and Engineering. Bachelor of Science, Material Science and Engineering, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, Troy, New York. Resume types, chronological and analytical. Use white space strategically. White space naturally attracts the eye. Items surrounded by white space attract attention. Use white space strategically. Which is better use of white space? Supervise the monthly inventory, manage three sales clerks, sold $1,200 worth of apparel weekly. In this position, I manage three sales clerks, supervise the monthly inventory, and sold $1,200 worth of apparel weekly. Looking professionals in the printing process, choose a proper color, white, off-white, gray. Choose a proper paper, resume paper, cotton content, B20 or 24i. Looking professionals in the printing process. Whatever printer you use, check the printouts. Smudges, feathered lines, or painting do not make you look professional. The resume writing process. Take notes on your achievements and keep them in a file. Think about your achievements chronologically by amount of effort, by what you enjoyed most, by what took the most time. Use the resources at your disposal. Have at least one other person look it over. Take it to the writing center. Take it to your parents. Show it to your roommate. Realize not all advice will agree. Thank you so much.